Daniel Barrett. Welcome to Rubicon. This is our digs. I used to live here. Now it's just the studio, but I still kind of live here. This week I am working on a few things. I'm very excited about compression. Compression as a mixer. So I used to just produce and have other people engineer for me. And this year I have taken on mixing as one of the art forms that I would like to be masterful at. And I've been studying with some great mix engineers here in Austin, Texas. There are a couple of really top-notch guys. One of them is Mark Hallman from Congress House, who turns out that he mixed some of my favorite albums of all time. So I was able to strong-arm him or ask nicely to have him teach me how to mix or listen to the mixes I've been doing and give me tips and feedback and best practices. And this week, compression is on my mind because it's one of those things where I use compression all the time, but I feel like I don't always hear how it's working as well as some guys do who've been doing it for longer, and it's a really subtle art. I don't know if whoever's watching this even understands or knows about compression. You can wiki or Google audio compression and learn more, but it's dynamics processing in music, making the loud sounds a little softer and the soft sounds a little louder so that you get sort of a fuller average sound. That'd be one way, but there's also all these other aspects to compressors. Some of them have a certain tone. Different hardware units, like this right here is an 1176 compressor, which is a really famous compressor that, you know, everyone from Led Zeppelin to Michael Jackson to just if most of your favorite records have had some contact with an 1176, a good portion of them at least. And they have just different tones, and so I'm learning about that. And they also, certain ones add some kind of distortion, and that not everyone can hear, but you more like feel. It adds a certain fullness. So I'm learning about the traditional use of compression, but then also the sort of the artistic use of compression, and I'm pretty fired up, which these are the things that I go to sleep thinking about. Yes. Yeah, really hard. A few things are challenging. Good challenging, I guess, but I am playing a solo show. I normally play with the band Porter Davis, and I'm playing a solo show at Piney Woods Performances, which is a house concert in the Houston area, and I'm putting together a solo set, and I have a high bar set for that for myself to make it really different from what I do with Porter Davis, but yet make it equally as entertaining and moving, and so I'm sort of reinventing my live show as a solo artist, and there's some resistance there, almost like in the same way you'd resist, I don't know, doing your crunches and push-ups or something like that. Like I know what I want, I know what needs to be done, but there's a lot of this daily crunch time of you know, writing out all the words to my new songs and coming up with new arrangements and really dialing in the whole show, thinking about what I want to say to people, and really crafting an experience so that it's, if you are in the room with me for an hour and a half, I want to make sure that there's the best chance of people being able to walk away with something they can really both enjoy and feel. I want them to think, feel, and then also just kind of let go, and that takes some time to craft that. So yeah, I'm experiencing what a lot of the artists who work here encounter, which is some resistance to the work, and but making myself do it and struggle through it keeps me connected to what everybody's doing here. I'm not on some island, having, you know, finished a lot of the lessons that the artists do when they do artist development here. I'm in it too, because if you're in this process, you're constantly pushing yourself. What's next, and how am I going to grow? So, kind of never ends. Sorry, guys, but also you're welcome, guys. It's both. Well, Tupelo, I don't know if you've gotten Tupelo in any of these videos yet, but she's been easy. I just look over there, and I find a lot of peace in her. She comes to the studio with me almost just about every day, and so she's easy to love. So that's been a joy, as she always is, almost. What has been easy this week, or an aha? I love that question. Not much. It has been easy to get pumped up on the enthusiasm of some of the successes that some of the artists are having here, and really getting behind what they're doing. I find it easier to sometimes to celebrate and see the success of the artists here, sometimes even more than my own. I don't think I'm alone in that. And again, that's kind of part of what I bring, is that I'm in the process. It's easy to tell everybody what I think they should be doing, but it's easy for me to also be excited for other people, but it's really challenging to be excited about my little victories and stuff. And that's at the heart of the path, is to be able to create enough endorphins in my brain and our brains as artists to cheer ourselves and push ourselves. Not push, but actually drive ourselves with our genuine, raw enthusiasm through the challenges. That's the challenge. Is a lot of us know what we want, and even once you get here, you know, I kind of outlined some ways of getting it, but who can pump themselves up sufficiently that they can work through resistance and change and just straight up time and challenge and patience. So being excited about the community has been easy, and it's been easy because I like the Rubicon artists so much. I mean, that's one of the things, is that we choose to get into a artistic relationship together, and we can only do that if there's a lot of really common respect and affection. You know, just sort of I dig what you do, and I dig your attitude. So that's awesome. The human element is great. The work is the work. It's like sit-ups. The other thing that was easy was that's such a good question. I can elaborate even further, and also test your ability to edit. Which is the compression thing has been easy, not because I've mastered it this week, but because I love it so much. And that's something I really push people here to do, which is find things that you absolutely love and write about things you absolutely want to speak about. Don't write about what you kind of care about, but write about what you are burning to write about, and do what you're burning to do. And that burning desire just kind of carries me. Like I could sit and read about compressors all day and play with them and mess with them. I mean, I just love doing that work. So that part has been easy. So I haven't mastered compression, but I'm just involved in it. I'm in process with it, and that is the best feeling, because it's not about getting it all today or tomorrow or next week. It's a lifetime. But it feels easy when I'm not as attached to outcomes. I'm just doing it because it's what I want to do. That's really good feeling.